Good day, sir. I'm Junjun Bigatmaitan, a Bachelor of Science in Criminology, Section Bravo. And for today's video, I will going to discuss about our criminal justice system, composed of 5 pillars that functions like a chain of links. Any weakness in any of these links breaks the chain, resulting to a breaking down of the system. Inordinate delays in the proceeding acquittals of the guilty and convictions of the innocent. Such as weakness can be caused by lack of concerns on the part of people in a community, or efficiency and corruptions on the part of the public officials composing the 4 other pillars. The community pillar. The Filipino community produce our law enforcers, policemen, traffic enforcers, NBI agents, and PDEA agents, COA edition, auditor, and ombudsman, fact-finding investigators, and etc., prosecutors, DOJ, and ombudsman, prosecutors, and judge municipal trial courts, regional trial courts, and Sharia courts, justice, Sandigang Bayan Court, and tax appeals, and the Supreme Court. And correction. The 5th is the correction pillar. To this group belong the various jail, municipal city and provincial jails, a Bureau of Corrections, and Muntinlupa and other correctional facilities. While the criminal case is pending in a court, the accused shall be detained at the municipal, city, or provincial jail unless the post a bail bond for his provisional liberty and if the offense is bailable. After conviction, the convict will be sent to the Bureau of Correction to serve his sentence. Our criminal justice being also a corrective one, the correction officials are mandated to see to it that the convict is reformed and is available to reintegrate himself into the community after serving his sentence. Purposes of correction pillar: deterrence, general preventions is the prevented effect with actual or threatened punishment of offender has upon potential offenders. John C. Ball, the deterrence concept in criminology and law. The doctrine of deterrence showed the aim of the state or prevent crime in order to have peaceful society. Whatever the opinion of some authorities of the contrary, it cannot be denied that this doctrine has preventive effective to criminal activities compared to the other social retains. Rehabilitation. In the process to help the criminals to adjust to society and to avoid deviant behavior, several measures were undertaken to rehabilitate them. To cite a few, these are vocational training, counseling, and therapeutic treatment. reintegration. This is similar to the rehabilitative model in the sense that it considered the offender need for assistance. In the same vein, this process submit that the criminal behaviors was due to the gap between the criminal and the community. For this reason, the offender must be assisted to thrive hard to face the forces in the society or community which he will join upon his release from jail prison. Isolation of prisoner. There is a wide consensus of insulate the criminals from the law-abiding citizens so as not to pollute them. In the isolation lead the building of prisons and penal colonies geared to protect the members of society from the influence of the lawless elements. Punishment. An accused found guilty of an offense in the Philippines may be convicted in the following penalties, like reclusion perpetua, life imprisonment, reclusion temporal, prison mayor, prison correctional, arresto mayor, arresto menor, disterio, perpetual absolute disqualification, temporary absolute disqualification, suspension from public office, the right to vote and be voted for, the right of follow a profession or calling, public censure, and fine Art 70 and 71 revised penal code. So the correctional process is a punishment in the isolation of the convict by imprisonment. In extreme cases, their execution by the method prescribed by law, and correction and rehabilitation are functions undertaken by the institution set up by law, the Bureau of Prison, Parole and Probation Administrations. So, rehabilitation. Rehabilitation is in the process to help the criminals to adjust to society and avoid deviant behavior. Several measures were undertaken to rehabilitate them. To cite a few, these are vocational training, counseling, and therapeutic treatment. And the reintegration, this is similar to the rehabilitative model in the sense of that considers an offender's need for assistance. In the same vein, this process submits that the criminal behavior was due to the gap between the criminal and the community. For this reason, the offender must be assisted to strive hard to face the forces in the society or community which he will join upon his release from the jail prison. There is a wide consensus to insulate the criminals from the law-abiding citizens so as not to pollute them. in isolation, led the building of prisons and penal colonies geared to protect the members of society from the influence of lawless